foam dirty next acquaintance with her rope. I need a navigator, he added an explanation, and what 5 years ago you would have done for 200 pounds, you shall do today for your life. How say you? Will you navigate this ship for me? Sir, cried Jasper Lee, who could scarce believe that this was all that was required of him. I'll sail it to hell at your bidding. I am not for Spain this voyage, answered Sakharov. You shall sail me precisely as you would have done 5 years ago, back to the mouth of the fall, and set me ashore there. Is that agreed? Aye, and gladly, replied Mr. Lee without a second's pause. The conditions are that you shall have life and liberty, Sakharov explained. But do not suppose that, arrived in England, you are to be permitted to depart. You must sail us back again, though once you have done that, I shall find a way to send you home, if you so desire it, and perhaps there will be some measure of reward for you, if you serve me faithfully throughout. Follow the habits of a lifetime by playing false, and there's an end to you. You shall have for constant bodyguard these 2 lilies of the desert. And he pointed to the colossal Nubians, who stood there invisible almost in the shadow, but for the flash of teeth and eyeballs. They shall watch over you and see that no harm befalls you, so long as you are honest with me. And they shall strangle you at the first sight of treachery. You may go. You have the freedom of the ship, but you are not to leave it here or elsewhere, save at my express command. Jasper Lee stumbled out, counting himself fortunate beyond his expectations or deserts, and the Nubians followed him and hung behind him ever after, like some vast twin shadow. To Sakharov now entered Biscayne with a report of the prize captured. Beyond the prisoners, however, and the actual vessel, which had suffered nothing in the fight, the cargo was of no account. Outward bound as she was, it was not to be expected that any treasures would be discovered in her hold. They found great store of armaments and powder and a little money, but naught else that was worthy of the corsair's attention. Sakharov briefly issued his surprising orders. Thou set the captives aboard one of the galleys, Biscayne, and thyself convey them to Algiers, there to be sold. All else thou leave aboard here, and 200 picked corsairs to go a voyage with me overseas, men that will act as mariners and fighters. Art thou then not returning to Algiers, O Sakharov? Not yet. I am for better voyage. Convey my service to Asad ed-Din, whom Allah guard and cherish, and tell him to look for me in some 6 weeks' time. This sudden resolve of Oliver Race created no little excitement aboard the galleys. The corsairs knew nothing of navigation upon the open seas. None of them had ever been beyond the Mediterranean. Few of them, indeed, had ever voyaged as far west as Cape Spartel, and it is doubtful if they would have followed any other leader into the perils of the open Atlantic. But Sakharov, the child of fortune, the protected of Allah, had never yet led them to aught but victory, and he had but to call them to heel, and they would troop after him whithersoever he should think well to go. So now there was little trouble in finding the 200 Muslimin he desired for his fighting crew. Rather was the difficulty to keep the number of those eager for the adventure within the bounds he had indicated. You are not to suppose that in all this Sir Oliver was acting upon any